If you want to change your behavior or anybody else's behavior in the food world, please, please don't tell people what not to eat. Don't eat meat. Don't eat processed food. Don't eat this. Don't eat that. Because if you tell people don't eat this and that, guess what? People don't know what to eat already. I'm Laura Stec, chef, author, and food educator. Back in the 1980s, I started one of the first food and environment education programs. And since then, I've been working with many nonprofits and causes to help people to understand that one of the most positive effects they can have on their environment begins on their dinner plate. We say that global warming could be the best thing to happen to the culinary world in a long time. And the reason why is because the problems are pushing of creating the global warming diet are pushing us so far into kind of a mess that we're forced into solution. And actually the solutions to global warming via the food system are wonderful. I've worked for Kaiser Permanente Medical Group since 2003. And there I am their culinary health educator. And now I'm taking that part of my business out to corporations outside of Kaiser. My cooking and food pairing classes fit perfectly into the corporate setting. I bring in a small portable kitchen that requires minimal setup. And then I offer a selection of classes that you can choose from, such as higher flavor, lower fat, quick cooking for optimal health, and even a class called I Hate Cooking, Now What? And then we'll take the seasonal foods and we'll create a dish where the employees can taste that at the end of the class and take the recipe home so they can do it in their own homes. They work really well for brown bag lunch sessions, and the food pairing and tasting classes, such as the pork, cheese, and chocolate class, or the charcuterie class, work really well for evening programs and client relations.
You're such a great speaker, I'm jealous.
Oh my gosh!
You're so natural.
I love to talk about the issues, whether you're a big company or a small community event. And then when we look at it from a culinary perspective to global warming, we find that the things that motivate us in food actually can help solve global warming too. Eating local, organic, and seasonal, reducing meat, we know these things. Eating grass-fed beef, growing your own food, composting, using biocompostables, plates, forks, and knives that biodegrade. Today we're making a dish from the book, Cool Cuisine. When I present my book, Cool Cuisine, Taking the Bite Out of Global Warming, I like the audience to understand that one of the most positive effects they can have on the environment begins on their dinner plate. But if it ain't fun, it don't get done. So my co-author and I, Dr. Eugene Cordero, atmospheric scientist at San Jose State University, we say scientists give you what you need, but chefs give you what you want. So the book takes the science and makes it thorough, yet engaging, and then we follow it up with delicious solutions that require minimal adaptations to people's day-to-day cooking and eating habits. We like to help people understand how to change the world with great tasting food. Green cuisine workshops are one way to bring more regionally responsible foods into food service systems. I'll come into the kitchen and I'll work with the kitchen staff directly on what to do and how to do it, and then setting up a green cuisine vendor network so we can actually pair the company with local farmers and food service providers who can offer them the foods they need for their own kitchens. I like to remind the food service staff that when making food system changes, what's most important is to focus on the low-hanging fruit first. Do you know where these carrots come from by chance? You know, don't let perfection be the enemy of the good. We want to concentrate on the small, easy steps that stay within budget, celebrate the progress, and then keep moving towards the larger goal. I've always been inspired by the art of the dinner party and how bringing people together around a terrific meal is one of the beautiful and blessed things in life. You know, it's all about the connection. And when we move that connection out, not just to the people who we eat with, but to those people who grow and produce our food, we can find that just making small changes in our day-to-day eating habits can make great changes, not only in our own health, but in the health of the planet. Excellent. So you're all greens or greens and roots?
Greens, yeah. We like to grow whatever we can really up there.
Excellent. So our book and our presentations take the science and make it thorough yet engaging, and then we follow it up with delicious solutions. And you find if you take and chop it up into little pieces, it's a whole new experience. When we fight the global warming diet with a cool cuisine, we get food that not only is higher in nutrient quality, but it actually has better taste and flavor. So let's change the world with great tasting food. High vibe food, right? Food that starts with that soil as seasoning, that's got all those ingredients and lovely things and pulls it all in by those mycorrhizal fungi and comes out to have just bursting with life that we get from farmers markets and we get from our CSA boxes. That when I eat that food, that high vibe food, what happens to me? What happens when I eat high vibe food as compared to other food? Right, if you are what you eat, then you become high vibe.